We're gonna let me go live today. Oh, and I'm live. Live. Okay. Well, this is Grandmaster Amin Ra once again coming to you from Mombasa, Kenya, in Africa, one of the 54 nations which are coming together with the Continental Free Trade Agreement. It's on. I lived in Kenya here for 21 years. I started off with no money and just a hobby of teaching martial arts, and I was able to grow it into a major business. Been through relationships, been through lots of different, all the things that you would expect to have in the U.S. Of course, it's the same here. And, did a lot of traveling. I've traveled to 6 African countries on a finding mission. I lived for about 5 months and decided to come back to Kenya because I saw that Kenya was about the best country at the time, and it still is a great country to come to today. Far better than Ghana. Oh, sorry guys. I know you like Ghana, but when it comes down to you making that choice of which country you're going to come to, there's no one that's going to dispute that Kenya is the better choice. Now, you can always go back to Ghana. You can always travel to Ghana, see, and then you can compare because, it's your life. You only have one. And if you're running around in Africa and you want to settle down, you need to know something about the 2 or 3 choices that you make. Today, I want to get on and talk about making the African plan. Well, how to do it and why you should do it. Now, when I hear us talk about, or when you hear me talk, because I'm about the only one who's talking about it, when I hear me talking about making an African plan, I'm not saying you have to implement it. Okay? We're just talking about you're in America. You see that there's some problems in America. You don't know which way the country is going to go. Economists are saying that black people's income is going to be 0 by the year 2053. And the history of the United States, that's probably a lot sooner. You have children, or you want to start a family, and you don't want the family to go through the same things you might have went through. A lot of people here are probably single family parents, and you think that's normal. But this is only in the later generations. It's not normal. You need a woman and you need a man to raise children properly. I said it. Yeah. You do. I've seen it. I'm witness. I'm there. I see it. Some things I can do, and you need a partner. And then you need to know how to understand your partner, how to deal with your partner. But unfortunately, they don't teach that in the public school system. They don't even teach that here in Kenya. So that's a video for another day. But to have an African plan, it just gives you a little bit more peace of mind. Because one day they're gonna do so much to us that so many of us are gonna just throw their hands up and say, I'm done. You see, when Trump got elected, a lot of black people were like, oh, it's time to move. One of the things that are going on, and like I said before, this political season, you're gonna hear a lot of talk about the problems in America from these politicians. They're going to open up and tell you a lot of things that normally the media would never tell you. How bad a shape the country's in, how we've been marginalized, and other things like that. So it only takes a few simple steps to get prepared and get an African plan on the books. So I'll get right to it. First thing is you need a passport. This is imperative. Now, to get a passport, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's a psychological effect. It has a psychological effect for most black people who don't have a passport to go down to the post office, pay that money, and then get the passport and have it in their hands. Do you realize you can't even travel outside of America because you don't have a passport? You can't go to Canada now. You can't go to Mexico now. So to actually see it and have it in your hand, it makes you feel like, it's like having that Negro pass when during the slavery days, where you can walk from one town to another to pick up some goods for your master, you needed a pass, and it's like, they trust you. And sure enough, the American government still trusts many of us, and they allow you to get that passport. Now, some of you may have tried and have something on your books that make you not be able to get one. I suggest that you don't give up. Make it a priority to take care of the situation the best you can so that the passport can be released to you. At least by trying, you'll know if it's actually possible for you to travel outside of the country. Okay, so after the passport, now comes the financial part. And this is where we get it gets really complicated because we broke. We don't have money and we don't have people to support us with money, many of us. So what do I do? Okay, because you're the person that most likely would travel to Africa if you have a little bit of funds to spend. You don't have that many obligations. You don't have strong ties to your family. You don't have strong ties to your job. Maybe you have a relationship or two that didn't work out. And you have maybe a kid here or there. But you don't have control over the child, and you might make that chance. So part of stabilizing your finance, it's called stabilizing your financial section. Now that take a lot of brain thought, and we're not taught that in school. How do I stabilize my financial situation? Well, you're gonna have bills. I'm sure you have bills. You have credit card bills. You can consolidate all your bills into one lump sum, so that it's just like one payment that you make every month. This is an idea for you. If you didn't know, you got like all these bills you're paying every month to these people, that, but you can consolidate your bills to one big payment. There are a lot of companies that do that, even banks, and then have that one big bill you paid, and they pay off everybody for you. So you pay a small fee for that service. Just to look at the amount that it would cost you is important, because you have your passport. Now, if you go to Africa, how are you going to pay off these bills that you have? If you can consolidate your bills into such a way, you can spread them out and have a lower payment over time, so that when you come to Africa, you have 6 months stable, money cushion, and then you can keep on paying those bills, and then while you solidify an income in Africa. So consolidating bills, that's something that you just might want to try to do. And then don't get more bills, of course. America is designed for us to spend. I'm not even going to tell you to try to save money, because I know you can't. You got to be looking at that tax rebate. You got to be looking at some sort of bonus check or vacation check. Yeah, okay, look for those things and then start to collect them so that you can make the trip over here. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you are paying your bills down while you're here. So, what's that? Okay, Billy Jackson. It is. I have to move my 6:32 p.m. Okay, so you have to. Those bills in a certain. Put those bills in a certain category where you can just pay one monthly bill payment, and then just start walking the bills down. Once you move to Africa, you won't be generating bills. That's another thing you have to remember. So it's like when you come to Africa, if you can get your business part of it, which I'm going to discuss in a moment, set right, it can pay off that consolidated payment every month. Then you're walking your bills down. You're not creating nothing else. You can't go anywhere in the United States without advertising and marketing and everything put you into more debt. So that's not the real case in Africa. Modern Africa, you can live at a lower level, and you won't see a lot of advertisement of all these things. Okay, so you can walk on down your bills. So even if you come to Africa, you can use it as an excuse to lower your debt if you're in your 30s. Okay. After that's that 2 of the plan. So you start looking at that as part of your African plan. These are things that you're doing right in the United States. So it's not like you got to go to Africa to do these things. You just do these things in the United States. Look into them, find out a company, see how much it's going to cost you. Then the third thing is you have to be dealing with Africa. And I always say, get some African friends to the country you want to go to. I'm in Kenya. I love it. You would love it, I know, but that people don't like when I talk about one country. But you want to go somewhere where you got lots of opportunity. And I have to repeat it again. I know you're going to hate me for it, but I mean, you don't have that much business opportunity in Ghana or any small country. You must see where the country is vibrant and is growing and has more than one source of, I don't say income. It's not dependent on like Ghana depend on oil or some gold or some cocoa. Yeah, but you see, some countries they're diversified, so you don't really feel a hit if one sector goes down a bit. Now, the third thing is you want to start looking for African friends and start looking at the business world. I have some videos out here now where I'm discussing that. I just talked to the guy that's doing the border business. He's all good for this Sunday, so I'll be working with him. And when I'm going to doing all these interviews, remember, don't forget me. Okay? We got some brothers that have sent money, some African super chat, and we're still going on with it. Let's keep it going. If you're not there, spend $2, $3, $5 to this number. And I gave a video on M-Pesa. This is very important. So I had to put an arrow here. It's very important to put that. When you go to Western Union, you tell them you want mobile wallet, and you M-Pesa. That way the money comes directly to me. I don't have to go to Western Union. And I got the name exactly right with my wife. So that one is the correct one completely. So we you get your African friends, and they can do business. Like I said, I'm gonna have Sunday. I'm gonna do an interview with a guy in the border business. Transport is very big in Africa. Transport and food is definitely two of the major items. Be careful that you don't do business that is entertainment like that, because as economies go up and down, you tend to have shortages. So you want to keep it as something that is steady, and transport and food is always there. Ooh, let me check this phone. Okay, I'm all good. So yeah. So as you get friends if you make friends in an African country, you're really on your way now. So you want to start doing that so you can have learn them better. Don't take friends that know each other. Get like one friend set a group here, another set a group here. But when you come to the African country, you don't have everybody in one big group. If you have any problems, you can always fall back on the other group. So keep them separate. We can run our store and sell hair products. Now, my wife owns a salon, by the way. Sell products is there. From Africa, we try to get some from America, but the Kenyan economy at that level is still not that strong. Okay, now I'm in Mombasa, and when you go to Nairobi, it is very strong. The economy is very strong, and what happens is lots of competition. There's lots of competition. You know what I'm saying? So you go open up one hair care product, and then they're gonna open up 5 more right around you. And this has always been the case, because the Africans still don't have that creativity, of thinking like new things that will work. And they're very conservative. So when you get something new, exciting, like maybe from the US, they're not gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, fast food. It's just like they're coming around now. You got the Burger King and the fried chicken. I'm waiting for the next one. Then it'll be on. But they ain't all over the place. It's like 3 Burger Kings in Nairobi only, and they separate far from each other. So you need to think about the business that you're going to go into, and don't panic. You know what I mean? You're just doing research. You're not like, I got to do this, I got to do that. No, you got, I hope you still got time, before this election comes. But after the election, when they want to make their real serious moves, that's when they're going to do it. I mean, Trump ain't going to try to do anything right now to rock the boat before the election. But history tells you right after the election, oh, they don't give a shit, man. He got years and then he's out anyway. It's gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So we you shouldn't like panic with this. You should just take your time. It doesn't really hurt you to go on Facebook. I know some people are now leaving Facebook. I don't know why. That thing is a moneymaker. But go on, because most Africans, most Kenyans, still use Facebook, but their major social media platform, believe it or not, is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is where everybody's at. So yeah, but you can get a better feel of people, see their pictures and everything on Facebook, and then they can guide you into a WhatsApp group, because WhatsApp is just like group stuff, and a bunch of people talking there. But if you can get in a couple of African group sites that can get in there, you can now see what their mindset is right from the start, and it's not that much different from ours. I know some of you people are talking about you feel like America will protect, will save you. Somehow America will always comes through and doesn't let you fall, doesn't let you drop. They got some sort of safety net, something that's going to happen that's going to always catch you. And I used to feel that way too, but this is really not the case. In fact, right now they're already dropping us as Black people. They're already dropping us. The automation of cars, Amazon, and automation of everything. It's part of the reason why we're going to go. Why they are saying that Black positions are going to be basically, taken away from us. Because most of the truck drivers, that's a big money maker for a job for people. But now here they're going to tell you you're going to have self-driving trucks coming up there, cars, no more taxis. Oh man, no more taxi drivers. So we have to look at that and see what the future lies. You have to look at about. But if you're like me, you've been touched already to say, okay, I need to do this. And once you start that in your mind and your mind starts moving in that direction, what do? Well, you definitely got to have African friends. I'm telling you, you get on Facebook, you meet an African friend, tell them what you about. Tell them, oh, hey, I'm going to try Africa, and now I'm just going to try it so I can shut him up. But then you'll find something magical happens. They'll start being friends with you, and you'll start being friends with them, and you start laughing, joking, and then you're telling you your life experiences, and then all of a sudden you can't wait to come there and meet them. And they really want you to come, because every African would love to have a Black American as a friend. We're rare. White people is only 7% of the population of the earth, but they all over the place. In Africa, you see them all the time. You don't say no big deal. But when they say Black American, oh, then one that's living there, oh, that's like one in every 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. So and that's why when I'm here, when I deal with Africans and Kenyans, I keep that in mind. I know that I'm representing my people. So if I'm rude and obnoxious to them, or if I can't keep my word then they equate that with all of us. So if you come into Mombasa, Kenya, and many people know me, when they see you, they're gonna think of me, and they're gonna say, I was a good guy. So this guy I can take a chance with this guy. And this is the kind of reputation that we need to keep, we need to build on when we get that fresh start in Africa. We need to keep our word. We need to be stable, stay out of trouble, and you get that peace of mind. You just walk around and you're looking like, hey, this is it. This is life. No police, no racism, no niggas shooting at me, no drug addicts, no problems. Big thing in the news would be a truck overturned on I-5. Or 90% of Kenyan news is like the politics of the politicians. I mean, there's no people don't. It's not like that. When you take guns and things out of the equation, crime is not something that you really can see here. And that's what I'm saying. You just be in a great place. So I'm saying that's why you should get your African plan together. Those 3 steps. First, get your passport. That's a psychological big major step. Then second, consolidate your bills. Look at the ways that you can put them into one lump sum. and then look at that sum, and then and see how you can manage it. And third, make your friends on Facebook, and your friends just go to them, tell them what you're about, tell them next year you want to come, and you don't know what to do. Can you help me? And then they'll be glad to help you. And then the last thing is getting a business. Okay, I'm doing a lot of business shows here. You're getting this information from right on the ground. It's not like somebody telling you that Africans and Chinese taking over. No, that's a goddamn lie. What do they say? Oh, the Africans are greedy, or they don't like you. That's a damn lie. You see what I'm saying? By having somebody here on the ground to tell you, you can know what's the reality and what's not a reality. And that's why I'm doing these shows, because I'm tired of listening to these people getting out there. The problem we have is that not one of our black leaders is advocating moving to Africa as an option. Farrakhan, no. All of them. Can someone chat and someone please tell me in the comment section what leader and a black leader in America is talking about move to Africa? None. Latrice, what's his name? I forgot his name, for Hidden Colors. Yeah, that guy's he's only talking about we black people in America. We gotta be in America. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. He's been saying that shit for like 6 years, 7, 8 years. Damn, that shit is done. Dr. Claude Anderson, he did a book tour back 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. And God bless his soul. And he went around telling you this is the steps. He wrote books to show you this is the steps. We got to do this. We got to unite. And we don't never unite. Why don't we unite? Because we don't have money, and we suffering. You can't get no money and then be walking around telling people you got money in America. Then people, you look bad because people is living from paycheck to paycheck. Not even just black people, white people. So, you gotta. That's what I'm saying. We gotta really look at that. And when you take the African plan, even if you may never become African, at least you can have that passport and be one of the 10%ers that took a step. Because that's the first thing that's gonna go when the shit hit the fan. The first thing gonna go is like they got to block all passports for niggas, and you just dead. You see. And it's happening because, if you're a felon, you can't get a passport. If you owe child support, you can't get a passport. If you got tax problems, you can't get a passport. What's next? What are they going to say next? Yeah, if you got too many bills and your credit rating is too low, you can't get a passport. Because a lot of these white boys is jumping ship. They got these college loans they can't pay off. They're leaving the country. They did an article on that. And us, we didn't even think about it because we don't have a passport and, we're too busy trying to make money. To do what? To live to the next day? You have to stop and think. The rat race. You got to kind of just jump off the rat race. I always like to talk about that part about you've been in America for 400 years, and then you playing this game, and every day you play this game. Every day you play the game of life in America, and every day the white man wins the game. Every day. Sometimes you might see some lights at the time you go for it, but at the end of the day, you realize, damn, that guy was 3 moves ahead of me. And with all these think tanks they have all around the world, they know what we're going to do before we do it 3, 4, 5 years down the line. So every day you go for this game and you lose. Then one day you realize the only option you have is to stop playing. And when you go to the game on the next day and tell him, I'm not going to play today. I quit. I quit playing this game with you. He's looking at you like, what? He can't believe it. But this is America's game. This is America, man. How are you going to not play the game? Sit down. No, I quit. You see? So he's shocked. And this is why I tell you that the greatest fear of the white man in America is black people leaving in mass. But that shit is changing now, and it's changing fast because we don't have a black community. We don't have nothing that really that he can't replicate on his own. So we really not needed like that before. But he don't want you to leave, steal because it would be a total embarrassment internationally if black people jumped up and said, "Look, I'm tired of this. America is bullshit. I'm leaving." Some of these entertainers we have, some of these athletes. All you need is like 1 or 2 to jump up and say, I'm moving to Africa. You see what happened when Dave Chappelle went to Africa, and you see what happened when Richard Pryor went to Africa. They came back, and then the white boy straightened up, gave them all kind of $1 million contracts and business and things like that. Ain't that funny? You know, how you gonna get all that money because they went to Africa and then they came back? But imagine if they would have went to Africa and said, "Fuck it, I'm not coming back." See, what if they said that? Then what would you be seeing? Like the talk would change. You see, the next thing is like, how is he doing in Africa? Now, if that was like 20 years ago, you might say he's struggling. Oh, that shit is damn. Transport is bad. But today, modern Africa, we got high-speed railway, and the United States don't have high-speed railway. We got M-Pesa. You know what I'm saying? I can get on my phone and transfer money back and forth. America don't even have M-Pesa. You see what I'm saying? We got a lot of things. I won't put them on the video today. That we got here that America don't have. Oh, it's like this. Wow, you know that? You know? Yeah, you didn't know because modern Africa is changed. You see what I'm saying? So let that sink into your mind. And okay, Ruby Williams, I'm gonna check you out. I brought a brother that sent money, and we had an issue with the name. They wanted, we put 2 names, and it's really the 3 names. So even my wife and I was at the Western Union place, and that's what they told us. So the brother's gonna resend. But again, remember, you gotta put the M-Pesa wallet. That's the key. Huh? If you just send it there and you don't send me the control number, then how can I know that you sent the money? You get what I'm saying? So we'll work that out offline. I'm sure it's gonna work out at the end of the day. Don't worry. But if you want to send out money, you want to do this with the super chat. If you like the conversation, I was on Dice and so many people were telling me, I mean, you should get on your own show. Okay, fine, here I am. But I'm not gonna do it for free. I need people that's gonna do this because I am for action. If you're ready to do action, if you serious, I'm happy. I'm lucky, but I'm serious when it comes to doing business. I got 6 streams of income, and I'm working hard on them, and I'm still learning. You know, my businesses were just there, you know, but now I'm doing like I want to 10x them, like Grant Cardone was saying, and I started looking at breaking them down and looking at them, and I'm finding that a lot of ways I wasn't maximizing their potential. So every day now I'm excited. I can go look at this one and look at this one and see, okay, well, this one needs this one needs that, and I'm reaping the benefits. So we'll see. And I'm telling you that the things that I've learned in the last year about financial education and literacy, listening to Boyce Watkins a lot, not a lot, but just listen to what he had to say, and then I can do the research on my own. And I was like, the guy has a point. We don't have, see how much money I got in my wallet, watch out my bills. No, it's far more than that. If you're talking about doing business, and Africa is wide open. You see what I'm saying? So, like a lot of things you might do in the United States, it's like, they already did it. It's an old country. It's 20 some years old. They haven't seen all those things. But in Africa, in modern Africa today, it's new. It ain't but 20 years strong. So a lot of things like sales tactics and marketing tactics, you can use them here, and it's going to you'll reap. So that's why it's wide open. And then you don't have racism. So let's say you were a salesman, you had to go around selling the product. Damn, everywhere you go, you see white people. Excuse me, and they're like, "Oh, let me don't rob me," And then when you get somebody, if you see some white person, like they fear you. You get one of them. Now every person you try to approach, you see they get that same thing. So you start dressing all like light colored clothes and bubbly attitude before they can see you coming, and So here it's not like that. I mean, everybody's black. You say, "Excuse me," yes, it's like that. It ain't nobody gonna shoot you. So because there's no guns in Africa. So it's like, I mean, there's guns. But I mean, the public, it's illegal to have a gun. So nobody's thinking about guns anyway. So, it's just a much easier atmosphere. You can see how money is being transferred. You can see how it works. And with M-Pesa, and I did a show on M-Pesa. I encourage everyone to go look at on my channel and look for that one that says M-Pesa and listen to about it. Because that's part of the problem with today, The brother didn't know about M-Pesa like he should, and when they told him you could send the money to the name without the phone number, he was like, okay, all right, then that's not the way M-Pesa works. So yeah, when you go to Western Union, make sure you see mobile wallet. When you click it, it will give you an option for M-Pesa. Then there's the number. Then there's the name. Very simple. Send that $3 today, so that I can talk about you on the next show. Very simple. If you like what we're discussing, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please like. Let me see. Dollar Bill, Billy Jackson, Cave. Please, you guys, at least like the video this time. You know, I got the video, a couple of videos. First time they ever went over 100 views, and you know, that's very inspiring to me. But this is much more inspiring because this is what you mean. This means business. Okay? And I'm opening up my businesses to individuals that want to get involved in it, and like the brother is doing, and you know, we move forward like that. You can have connections. If you want to meet a nice lady in Kenya or a nice man in Kenya, you can contact me, and I can give you some people that that are trustworthy, or almost Kenyans are trustworthy. Most African in general are pretty much trustworthy. And that's something that rare we don't get to see in the United States. We always got to be on our toes. Yeah, put her full name in the chat. Okay, let me put their full name in here. So Evelyn, and then there, 254-720-907-329. So, did it work? No, because there it is. So let's check out my business. One of my businesses, here it is digital education. We're getting ready to rock with this thing. It's going to change education in Kenya forever. And if you're in ICT or IT, they call it ICT in Kenya. IT, and you're good at coding, or maybe you got laid off, or you have all this ability, and you're in America, you're just there. Think about coming to Africa. Come on, join me here. We're making great strides. I've hired people now, and I got employees. Ooh. But anyway, I'm hiring young people and then training them, and we're moving forward. And that's what we can expect. It's not anything like super big, you know. We tend to think like that in America. Everything got to be giant. Everything got to be a lot of money. No, but it's fulfilling. And the potential for it to be a lot of money is definitely there. Okay, so if again, let me say again, because I don't see any haters yet, but I know you what I'm saying. Oh, America is not that bad. Okay, America is bad because you don't have no black community. That's my thing. Show me the black community, and they are disappearing right there. That I show you right there. Leave about the next census. If we don't have a black community, how can we be a people? It's like they're assimilating us in. I went to Rio Hondo. I graduated from Rio Hondo Police Academy back in, I don't know, 86, 89. It's been a long time. And I know I was there. I was like 5 blacks in the class of about 25 cadets. And I was looking at the Rio Hondo Police Academy pictures today, and ain't not but one black guy in the whole group. Most of the pictures don't have no black people. So I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the change. I'm here. I'm seeing it. And it's like sad. Now, when we have my son go to Rio Hondo Police Academy, I wouldn't dare. You know what I'm saying? Because racism is everywhere, and people don't like us. And we don't have family, and we don't have support, and the Mexicans and the white people know that. So they know they can do whatever they want to me, and there's a good chance that I don't have family that will support me. And that's a sad case. But here in Africa, I got a gang of people. If you go to my Facebook site, look at my photos. Yeah, when it comes to people now, I know a lot of people. And I'm not I'm not trying to brag or anything. It's just that, you know, people that that got your back. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of my martial art people, they're like my students, but I love them, and it's just a good feeling. And if you came here and you could be able to drop all of that tension that we have and that defensive attitude, you will see that you'll be in a much better place. When they say Americans are rude, it's not that people. Yeah, you see, it's not that we're rude, but Africans are very friendly. You know, so we have to kind of look at those things. Okay, thank you, Transcendo Sage. Thank you for that. For those people that don't know, yes, I'm a grandmaster. I'm a 10th degree black belt in my martial art, which I was able to grow in Kenya with no problem. Teaching in the schools. I mean, no one was teaching. Everybody was doing tournaments. So I said, when I make my black belt, I decided I was going to open up and teach, grow more students because the numbers were dying out. So I opened up a school. I found one that had only like 8 members. And within 10 years, I had it grown to over 100 active members coming in every month. 500 and something people on the roll. 100. So what did that? I was school in the middle of the day, and one of these first generation black belts came in. Three of them with his friends, and they said they wanted to do some sparring. And the school's open. I was like, oh,